Hello everybody and welcome back again to the new video of course Primavera Basics as Project Management Information System. In the previous chapter we have seen how to set the activity durations for each of activity, and we have seen also that we can set the milestone for the start and the finish for each WBS, but we did not make it for all of them, just for some of them, as we have seen that could be the significant activity for us. Right now, as we see that the project schedule has not been accomplished yet because simply we did not make the relations. If we didn't make the relations, meaning that all the activity will be starting on the same date, which will be the first date of our project, which is not realistic at all for our own planning scenarios. Right now, we need to see how can we set the relation, but before doing that, we need to have some introduction about what is the relation for the activities. So what is the activity relation? Activity relation meaning that what is the next and what is the before activity? What is the predecessor and successor activity for our own activity right now? We have four types of activity relations. The first one is the finish to start, meaning when the first activity will be finished, the other activity will be started, which is the most common. We are talking about more than 90% of the activity relation could be set to the FS, meaning finish to start. The other activities, for example, start to finish, is rarely used, only used in chemical project, not anything else. Regarding to the finish to finish or start to start, also we can utilize it in our relations, but as we said before, the most common and which occupied more than 90% of activity relation is finish to start, that we will use it right now in our own project schedules. Each activity should have predecessor, which is meaning the previous activities, and the successor, which is meaning the next activities. All of the activity should have predecessor and successor, but the first one, the first activity in our project, have only successor because it doesn't have predecessor yet. And the last activity in our project, meaning there is no something accessor, for meaning that it has a predecessor but don't have a successor. This is some note relating to the activity relations. Here also we need to have some note, for example, regarding to the auto schedule. Auto schedule is not recommended because it's make more overhead to the project, the Primavera software, and that in the huge amount of project that could make delay for our project. For right now, we're just not going to use it as auto schedule. We will do the schedule manual. Once we finish our scheduling, we simply can just press F9 to make the schedule at all for our project. Moreover, also regarding to the activity relations, it's highly preferred to create a milestone, as we have said in the previous chapter also. Moreover, also we can use what we call it the lag and lead, which define how much we can delay after the project, after the activity, so the next one can be started. It's not always to use it, but sometimes if we need some activity to hold, then start the other one, we can use what we call it the lag or even the lead, which can be represented in negative numbers. This is only some notes and hint that we show that it's highly recommended to show you before starting work practically on the Primavera Basics. Now to set the relation in the practical side, first of all, we go to the first activity, which is the milestone for us here, which is the start official building adaptation project. As we mentioned here, if we look here, we will see that the activity type is the start milestone, meaning it will be the start activity, which is not activity, by the way, it's more than flags that the project will be started, since we don't have any time for or a duration for these activities. But it's a good start point for us to start here. So simply we'll set which one it will be the second activity after this one, or what we call it the successors. Here, the successor one will be for us, for example, for the design. We can either go here and go to the predecessor and set it here, or even we can go to the first one and go to the successors just to show the assign. Then once we click here, we simply go to the assign and set which one will be the successor activity. Actually, as we mentioned, the successor activity will be the design building addition, sorry. So we will set it like this here. Simply, that's what we have did. Then move to the next one, which is the design activity, and set which one is the successor for them. The successor is to, as per the diagram we have got from our technical engineers, that the design, the assemble technical will be the third one, and review the technical data will be the fourth one. Then the last one will be the last one in the WBS will be the review and approve design. So we'll just do it like this. This is the first, this is the second. Now we will go to the second and set the third. After that, we go to the third and set the fourth, and so on. So we go right now to the design building and set the assemble technical is the successor for that activity. Go to the design, go to the design here, building addition, and set the successor, which is the assemble. Then just close it here. Then go to the assemble and click the successor, which is the review technicals, and finish. Then, sorry, go to the review and set also what is the successor, which will be the review approval here, and close it. Right now, when we look to the Gantt chart representation graphical side, we will see that nothing has been changed. Simply, we did not make the schedules. So how to see the reflection of this change regarding to the activity relation? Simply go to the schedule here, F9, or press F9, then make the schedule. You will see here that the activity, just to narrow, sorry, just to narrow the table so we can see in the maximum view for this one. If you'll see here, for example, it will be the design. After that, it will be the review. After that will be assemble. After that will be the review. And the first one will be started as we mentioned. After we have ordered the activity based on the ID, we will see that the activity, which is the milestone for the activity, started like with the shape diamond, will be the first one. After that, it will be the second one, which is the design. After that, we will see the third one and fourth one, and so on. But if you would like to see, for example, the relation or the relation between the activities, simply we can go here and go to the chart options. We can see here show the relation. Simply it would show us here, for example, like here, for example, the second one will be finished, then the third one will be start, the third one will be finished, the fourth one will be start, the fourth one will be finished, and the fifth one will be started. After right now we have finished the first WBS relation activities, let's try to move to the second, but we need to set the relation from this one, which is the last activity for the first WBS, which is the design, the design and engineering. We need to set the second, the successor for this activity is to build, to begin the construction here. How can we do it? We can do it with many type of aspect. For example, we can go here and set here, then go to the activity here and double click on it. We will see it will working successfully, but I would like to show it also with different way. Simply, we can just select both and right click here, click to the link activity. If I go here, I will see this, the successor will be the begin. So as we said, we can just do it from here or just select activity with shift, with the shift button, then we can move to the next by link. I will do what I'm going to do right now, or what I'm going to do right now. I will try to link all of this activity on sequence manners. So I don't need to go to each one as we did before. This is the traditional way. The smart way is just simple. Select all of this activity like this. From here, shift to the last one and right click, link activity. Just one by click. Then if we make the relation right now, the schedule for the project, and make the schedule, what we are going to see, we will see here that all of this activity is directed, has been set with one click. If you see here that all of activity has been set. Right now, I'm just going to stop the project, the project recording, and try to set all of the other activity for, or the other relations for the other relation for the other activities. Simply, I just would like to save your time. After that, we will see what is the final shape for our project schedule. Let's to see it right now. Now, after we have stopped the recording, we have set the relation for all of the activity as in sequence manner. Since it means that, what does it mean? Meaning that each activity will be started, the second one will finish, meaning all of the activity right now is just about finish to start. For that reason, once we make the schedule right now, we will see here in the Gantt chart, the representation graphical side, that activity is being conducted by, say, in sequence manners. Also, we see here that the last activity for our own project, if we go here for examples, we will see the last one is the painting. And right now, as per our schedule, we will see the last activity for our work will be finished in the July of 1st. Okay, but this, okay, we'll see here that it will be 14th of July. It will be started in 23 of June and will be finished in 14th of July. So the whole project will be starting the 1st of April, in the 1st of April of 2024, and the whole project will be finished in the 14th of July 2027, meaning the project will cost us around 3 years plus 3 months. To optimize our project right now schedule, we need to set how can we refine and optimize the schedule based on so many criteria. The first criteria here right now for us, or the first method for optimize our project, is to set relation with, so we can set, we can run multiple activities at the same time, as we can do if we have a lot of resources, if we have a good scheduling, we can set some relation to be run on the same time, that will make all, not or that will make some activity to be non-critical, as we see here that in the red color, meaning that all activity in criticals, CPM, critical method, critical activities, meaning any change to any activity here or any delay for any activity, unfortunately, the whole project will be delayed. For example, the project right now is July, the finished project is July 14, 2027. Okay, let's see here that this activity floor docking is not the duration for this activity is not 25. It could be, for example, 28. Nothing has been changed here, but what will happen after we make the schedule, reschedule? You'll see the project right now has been delayed or shifted by 4 days. What will happen after if we, for example, do any kind of, for example, here, the startup HVAC, it could be, for example, not 12 days. We can, for example, after re-estimation, for example, we just 16 days. Up to the moment we see here, nothing has been changed, but once we make the change, we will see, unfortunately, the whole project has been delayed, meaning that all the activity which has been represented in the red color are the critical. We need to see how can we optimize the project and how can we set some activity in the project at the same time, rather than to run all of them on the sequential manners. Let us right now to start to optimize the schedule. First of all, we will start with the first WS, which is the design and engineering. If we see here that the design, building, additions costing us around 55 days, and also the assembling technical data for the heat pump is 22 days. Both of them are in sequential manners. what will happen if, for example, if we just change the relation between activity? For example, the assemble activity, this one, we just make the predecessor is not the activity design. We just make it to the start simply. Rather than to be 1020, we'll just make it 1000, just to remove from here and go to the 1000, which is the start addition, just to change the relation here. And after that, once we make back again to this one, we just need to check the not only the assign activity, but also we need to make it as 1020, just also assign, sorry, actually it's 120, we'll just make it also as a 1010, which is this one, the design additions, then finish the close. Please look at here to the whole project start. Right now, the whole project will be finished. Suppose as per the last schedule, it should be 25 of July 2027. If I do just make right now the reschedule, you will see here the whole project right now has been deducted by more than 1 month, just by we change the relations. Meaning right now we have saved around 35 days from our work, which is gonna be good idea. But if we look here for the example here, we see that this activity right now is being in green. What does it mean in green here? That meaning this activity is not critical. If we delay it for any reason, rather than, for example, to be rather than 23, we can just make it, for example, 26 for any reason, and we just make the reschedule, you will see the whole project will not be changed simply because this activity right now is not critical, meaning with some delay of this activity, the whole project will not be affected at all. So we'll just make it back again 22 the same, and you will see here also after that nothing will be changed regarding to the finish for all project will be right now is the 23 of June 2020. After we have make some change regarding to the relations in the WBS foundation level, for example, you see here that some activity also right now is non-criticals. Also, the same thing has been done, for example, here regarding to the structures. So right now, after we change some relations, the whole project right now, it will not be finished in the July of 27, but right now it will be finished in the 29 of November for the 2026, which meaning that the whole project will be right now is no more than 2 years plus 7 a month, meaning that the project has been compressed, but we need to make sure that all of this activity is actually reflected to the same planning and is applicable to be done. For that reason, right now, this is one of the methods to compress the schedules based on to change the relation between activity and make some activities non-critical, meaning that we can change it anytime without being to delay the whole project for the whole time. Next video, inshallah, we'll move to the next aspect, to the other aspect of the activities. We will see the other details for the activities here. After that, when we finish, we'll move to the see how can we check with the resources and the other aspect of the whole project. Thank you very much.